My forte is not so much the grassroots organizing. It's more along the lines of research and presenting to the news. Everything that needs to be covered will be covered by these individuals. One of the things I wanted to talk about is credibility in our message. As we found out earlier this morning, promoting discredited information can be dangerous. If you go up to someone and you talk about space beams or mini nukes or other things like that, you're probably going to turn this individual away because they will look at you as being crazy. And how many people here cried during Michelle Little and Bob McIlvain's presentation this morning? All right. There are talking points, not that I've developed, but I think they're important, and they're something you will never, ever see the mainstream media cover. And I'd just like to share them with you. The first one is in August of 2006. The family members that fought for the creation of the 9/11 Commission declared them derelict in their duties and questioned the entire veracity of the 9/11 report. On September 5th, 2006, a documentary endorsed by those very same family members was released called 9/11 Press for Truth. That, to me, I think is a very important documentary because it builds a foundation from which to build upon. You can show Press for Truth and then show 9/11 Mysteries, 9/11 Revisited, any of these things, and not come across as crazy. Because I'm an everyday Joe Schmo American. If I go up to somebody and I say, controlled demolition took place at the World Trade Center, okay, well, who are you? Are you a structural engineer? Are you a physicist? No, I'm not. And people mistake that message from me as saying that I don't endorse the controlled demolition hypothesis. That's not the case. I do. Stephen Jones was phenomenal this morning. But again, you show 9/11 Press for Truth and then anything else, and you will not be crazy. On September 11th, 2006, Michelle Little, Christina Kamenik, and Donna Marsh O'Connor, along with Paul Thompson and Kyle Hentz, got together at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., and called for a new investigation into the attacks of 9/11. That's ridiculously important, at least to me. And I think that these are talking points that should be promoted by everybody, because there's nothing you can say to refute them. Nothing. And to give you an idea, a little while ago in Philadelphia, I went to Independence Hall, and I was standing there flying with Fred Weber, and I was talking about the family members calling for a new investigation. I was standing out right next to this subway entrance where people were walking down the stairs, and I was talking to these other people. I said, the family members called for a new investigation. There was somebody who walked almost all the way down the stairs, ran all the way back up the stairs and said, "What did you say?" They had no idea because obviously the media ignored it. I think, okay, in October of 2006, the family members that fought for the creation of the 9/11 Commission, at least 4 of them, released a petition calling for the declassification of the 28 redacted pages from the Joint Congressional Inquiry. They are calling for the declassification of the July 10th meeting between Gopher Black, George Tenet, and Condoleezza Rice. They're calling for the declassification of the Inspector General's report from the CIA regarding accountability and the 9/11 attacks. Each of those things are extremely important. Bill Doyle, who is one of the most prominent family members, said that a source told him that part of the 28 redacted pages talked about U.S. funneling money into Pakistan. And as we all know here, at least the majority of us, the Pakistani ISI has been alleged to wire transfer $100,000 to Muhammad Atta. So that's point one, and that's important. The CIA Inspector General's report, we know, focuses on George Tenet. And George Tenet himself has said that he will not be the fall guy for 9/11. So if that becomes released or declassified, it's very possible that that may push him over the edge to start naming names. So that in and of itself is important. The July 10th meeting is just another example of the fact that they were well aware of what was going on. At least that's what I think. That's what I think it was about. So I think it's important for us to work alongside the family members. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, and people a long time ago used to hold up signs that said, support the 9/11 families. Now those signs have changed to 9/11 was an inside job. And that's fine, but again, we were talking about, Jeanette McKinley was talking about the sensitive people. And I think that, I hope that people start promoting the family's plight, because that helps us in our situation and helps them as well, which is what we want. We want them to have closure. How dare they deny them closure? So, again, the family members are important. As I mentioned, on September 11th, 2006, Christina Kamienick, Michelle Little, who was here earlier, and Donna Marsh O'Connor called for a new investigation. Donna Marsh O'Connor, for those of you who don't know, lost her daughter, who was, I believe, 4 or 5 months pregnant. She sent me a picture of her. I lost it within 5 minutes before this little thing took place, so I apologize. But she lost her daughter, Vanessa Langer, who was 4 or 5 months pregnant on 9/11. And she is, I think she's best known for her appearance before the United Nations. If you go to Google, look up United Nations, Donna Marsh O'Connor, DZ from 9/11 Blogger went to New York and filmed it, and that became a popular video. It's very powerful and moving. She sent me some words to read in her stead. They are in the first person, so I apologize for that, and I cannot replace Donna Marsh O'Connor. But she's sick, and she's having surgery tomorrow. So, you know, my thoughts and my prayers are with her. But she wanted me to read this, and please bear with me. To tell whomever will listen. The Situation Room advisor was in Bush's motorcade on 9/11. Why? Who were the Saudi nationals flown out of our airspace in the days immediately preceding 9/11? Why were they allowed to fly when American citizens were not? Whose interests were and are being protected? Cheney and his staff were reported to be on Cipro on 9/11. Why? Halliburton got wasteful, no-bid contracts to service the military and rebuild Iraq. Why? There was unusual stock trading in the days leading up to 9/11. Why? Why did Tower 7 fall? Why was it and not Tower 2 evacuated? Why is Vanessa Langer, 4 months pregnant and 5 minutes late to the rest of her life, dead? Why does this administration have a right to deny me, Vanessa's mom, the answers to those questions? I want an investigation into the events leading up to and preceding the morning of 9/11/2001. I want the illegal war against Iraq to end. I want fair and free elections in this country. I want a stable populace, a populace that is not unethically exploited by the powerful few. I want all of our rights removed by the Patriot Act and Bush's various machinations returned to us, the American citizenry. But above and before all, I want Bush and Cheney and all who are with them in their hideous usurpation of this country to remove from power once and for all. That is job one. Thank you.